Okay, let's talk about wind generated power. And while we're at it, let's talk about solar power. You see any sun today? So we know those aren't working very well. No wind. None of those are working. There's a wind speed checker right there. See if I can zoom in on it so you can see how fast it's turning. Barely. See? And I hear people say all the time, oh, electric cars are so much better for the environment. I got proof they're not. We cannot make enough electricity to supply our country with things like that. You can't even run an entire 3-bedroom house on things of that nature. Now, with that being said, think about this for a minute. If you are trying to supply electricity for an electric car, well, it has to come from either nuclear or coal. So the electricity that goes into that electric car comes from a plant that causes pollution. That is why they are not that good for the environment. The other thing is the battery that goes on that car, when it wears out, has to be disposed of. Do you know how many pollutants are in a battery after it's been charged with chemicals? So that's another reason why electric cars are worthless for the environment. And still in all, let's say you could figure out a way to make a wind generator that could handle generating enough electricity to charge cars and things of that nature. You still got semis out there on the road. How are you going to charge them? Or are you? Wonder how much battery power it'd take to make the equivalent in horsepower of a semi to pull a 40,000 pound load down the road. Just curious. Any of you science wizards out there know the answer to that, you let me know. But what I'm getting at is, in our lifetime, electric cars are going to be worthless. You're just going to have to realize that they're going to be worthless. They create more pollutants than anything that we have on the road today. Now, I know you're going to use the argument, well, the car you've got's putting out pollutants, and the factory that's making the electricity is putting out pollutants. But when you look at the emissions coming from a car versus the emissions it takes to produce enough electricity to charge that battery on that vehicle that's electric, the emissions on a car that we have today are no ways near as high. By the way, I can put a full tank of gas in my truck and go approximately 500 miles. You can put a full battery in your car, and what do you get, 169 miles? Hey look, it's Stonehenge. And I bet you people thought all of us Missourians were just stupid. By the way, here I can give you an explanation real quick. That's south. When the sun rises, it goes through a hole up here in the Stonehenge, which is reflected onto this map. And you can find the summer solstice, which usually happens June 21st. And that's where it'll hit. See those little marks down there on that? Zoom in a little bit. There's cross marks down there. See? And the farther through the year you get, you see where it goes. Okay. Now for some more interesting tidbits and facts that you probably didn't think this dumb hillbilly knew. Let's talk about Polaris. Does anybody know what Polaris is? Well, Polaris is the North Star. It is also the tail of Ursa Minor, I do believe. And that is the beginning of your winter solstice. And that is the window on the north side right up there, where you can see the constellations at night. And when Polaris pokes its little head in that window, well, then you know what time of the year it is. See, everybody thought Stonehenge was some kind of creepy thing that was supposed to be some kind of voodoo witch doctor deal. It's a dang calendar, people. Come on. Our ancestors, this is how they made their calendar. They'd know when to plant crops and what crops to plant. They could kind of get an idea of lunar eclipse predictions from this thing. This is real science. Just like the facts I was stating about solar and wind energy not replacing coal and nuclear anytime soon, and electric cars are worthless. Because if they're using coal power to do it, you're still generating emissions, and that was the whole point of having the car, was to be emissions free. We won't be polluting the air. Well, everybody driving a Prius, whenever that little electric motor is kicking on and you're trying to charge it, you have to stop every once in a while and charge the battery or replace the battery, because batteries don't last forever. You're still creating pollution. Still ain't got that carbon down to zero. That's what I'm getting at. So, to all of you people who think that your little electric car is the greatest invention in the world, you need to come to Missouri and learn some facts at the University of Science and Technology, V.H. McNutt Hall in Rolla, Missouri. I think you'd enjoy it. Because there's no way in the universe that that little old flapper mill up there is going to produce enough electricity to keep your car running forever. You can only go as far as the battery will go. And then you got to charge it somewhere else. Now, for you people that only drive like 10 blocks a day, yeah, that might work. But for people that have to drive 45, 50 miles a day, it's not going to work. Really, it's not. Well, that's my video for today. Everything I just stated is based on my opinion. And my opinion alone. And I really don't care if your opinion coincides with mine or not. If it don't, please give me some factual evidence that proves that you can run an electric car forever without producing electricity from a coal plant. Or you can also explain to me why your little car can run forever on a solar panel, especially on days like this. Hey, look at that. I just don't think you can do it. You have fun, ladies and gentlemen. See you on the next video.